what are CFOs really looking forward for from their auditors? And obviously we're converting at a high level.
Yeah.
But what is it that I guess Cooper Parry is doing right now that seems to really resonate with the mid-market? What is it that's making us stand out?
I think for me it's around, or certainly what I consistently hear when we've won new work, it's around more that partners are spending time with kind of, prospects and clients. So working alongside a partner who they know that they're going to build trust and have a partnership, and they're going to be able to see time, have time with that partner is really important. And communication, we always hear that the frustrations when a client is making a change is typically because they don't feel like communication channels have worked well, that things have been just sort of last minute, or that things are coming as a surprise, but there isn't that, that relationship hasn't been built with a partner, and therefore there's comms coming through email rather than having a conversation. But that's definitely a theme we continue to hear.
Yeah.
You must hear that when you
it's a really good point. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because one of the things that we hear a lot is when we're talking to targets in particular is what the CFO is really missing as opposed to what they really want.
Yeah.
And what they're really missing is a service that at the end of the day is pragmatic and responsive. Yeah. And those are the two areas which actually, if you go back 10, 15, 20 years, it felt like a lot of the firms were really building around this sort of pragmatic approach, which it was built around the relationship.
Yeah.
It was built around really getting to understand the business. And this responsiveness as well, in the sense of being able to pick up the phone and have a conversation with the partner or with the manager.
Yeah.
And I think as firms, certainly at the larger end, have grown and become so much more complex and now trying to leverage so many different ways of communication, something's been lost in translation.
Yeah.
And so that's what we hear. And I think that's what we feed back to you and to the partners, saying, this is what really matters. It's not the next kind of sparkly thing that's, it is this piece of innovation. It's just doing the basics brilliantly well.
Yeah.
And that's something actually I think is giving us a competitive advantage at the moment.
Yeah. And that definitely continues in the thing around, some of my clients around that retaining them. I regularly hear that communication is key, and them being able to pick up the phone to me to deal with a broad range of needs rather than sort of outsourcing that perhaps to that specialist team there. There's still very much a need to have a really joined up approach in terms of the service that they will get from CP.
Absolutely. And it's, as I said, it's one of these things that's almost like hiding in plain sight a lot of the time, and it's easy to say, but if you don't deliver it, clients will tell you very quickly.